Is that the mailman? Or is that Tony's hitman? Like he threatened me with. Oh frick, he has my address. He has my address, that's Tony's hitman. Oh frick. Such a relief. Hey guys, so I bought the cheapest e-bike on Amazon that I could find. This here was $360, but after tax in California it was $410 for my total order. I got this bad boy in like 3 days. I bought it because like I need to go to work, I need to like go to school and hang out with my friends, do a lot of different stuff like that. So the specs of this, it's an Inja e-bike. Again, the cheapest one I could find on Amazon. It's a 350 watt motor, has dual disc brakes. It says it has a 15-mile range. And this is what it looks like right here. Here's the listing for you. You guys can check it out on your own time. There's a link in the description. And I did realize just now that this bike doesn't have pedals either. So technically it's not a bike. Technically it is a scooter. I mean, I'm just excited to see what it looks like. I have a couple other electric bikes, and so it'll be a great comparison what the cheapest one is and what my $850 e-bikes, how they compare. But let's bring it into the garage and see what it looks like. It's not that heavy either. It's not light, but it's not like heavy either. All right. Now that it's on its side and in front of me, it's looking a heck of a lot smaller. This thing looks hilarious, but it looks hecka fun. We'll see. That hub motor doesn't look awful. It's small, but hey, it looks like decent components. Some painter's tape holding it together. All right, I can respect that for $350. All right, well, I'm no expert, but I do have a couple other electric bikes. There's two right there. There's another one over there. And we got a really nice electric bike right here. But this thing is kind of just a novelty. I still have to see how it performs, but I can't imagine it's that amazing for like actual transportation. But I can assume it's a freaking hoot to ride. Cool, man, okay. It does have a kickstand, check that out. Look how tiny that thing is. Look at that, dude. That is hilarious. Dude, it's got a handle and everything. This is actually kind of cool. Okay, so it has a little clicky thingy like my electric bikes, the ones behind me. Those ones also have a foldable handlebar. All right, let me take all these plastic, styrofoam, all the good stuff off this thing. Dude, and get this. You can actually return these to Amazon. Normally with vehicles and stuff, like the motorcycle I purchased on Amazon, I can't return that. Probably because you have to get it registered and all that stuff. But this, I actually saw a return feature, not that I'm going to, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. In case you don't like it, you can actually ship it back. Oh, that's the actual paint. That actually looks kind of cool. I'm assuming it's just the pegs in the seat, but we'll see. Yes, sir. We have what seems to be rear fender, probably. Rear fender? Yeah, definitely the rear fender. All right, then we also have a charger and the foot pegs and the user manual and an Allen key wrench. Put the seat in. It's little tree stem thing isn't perfectly aligned. I think I can fix it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't care that much. Oh, that needs to be tightened down for sure. More than that, frick, dude. Goodness gracious. All right, if this doesn't hold it, nothing will. All right, I think that's everything besides this one little black thing on it. All right, let's make sure the tire pressure is good. Nah, it definitely needs some air. All right, let's put these foot pegs on. I feel like I should tighten these with a crescent wrench, and probably should. Looks like it was designed for it, but do I care enough? Probably not. And last but not least, let's not forget our rear fender here. That's it, boys. So that was some minor assembly right there. I mean, it took me like 5 minutes to do. All said and done, super easy. So I'm gonna wheel this bad boy over here and I am going to plug it in. I'm just gonna let it sit. So I think I'll just catch you guys when it's completely charged up. The charger's plugged in and the little charging port here is down here on the side. That feels secure to me, safe and secure. And you can see it's charging. All right, cool. All right, boys, it is the next day. Lord Kurt is actually here as well. We were just working on a real e-bike here. So we actually were just messing with it. And we actually found out that this thing's broken straight out of the box. So you turn it on here. Here's the on switch for it. And then it lights up that right there. And it looks like it all works fine. So if you hold down like the horn button, it turns on like the lights and everything. So it all functions completely normally. So this e-bike is supposed to just throttle and go. Turn it on, throttle and go. As you guys can see, nothing. So I actually messaged the seller, who is Chinese. They told me if I wanted to ship it back, I'd be paying postage and I'm shipping it to China. But other than that, they weren't very helpful at all. Apparently it's a common issue for a throttle wire to break in here or whatever. And they told me if not that, just do your own repairs on it. And
they didn't say they'd send you a throttle.
They said they'd send me a throttle if I wanted to fix it. I'm gonna try to figure out how to fix this, since apparently that's the only course of action I can take other than shipping it back to China on my own dime. So let's get to it. I'm gonna give Lord Kurt a break. We've just been going hard on this, and we definitely hit a little snag on this, and it's kind of been a headache. So you get a break. If you want to just film, do the easy stuff like I normally do. Sounds good to me. We'll just unplug it. You guys can see it's fully charged here. I don't know, I think it's a 36 volt bike. And so it's fully charged. They literally told me to unscrew the battery cover, and they were getting all super technical, like a consumer would actually know how to do any of this themselves. They were like, just take the battery cover off. There's some wires on the controller if it's not the throttle wire that's broken that you got to unplug and whatever. So yeah, pretty good customer support there. Great job, guys. Anyway, so let's actually get to it. Let's just get this thing taken apart, see if we can get this thing running. I'm expecting it just to be like 20 minutes, we'll have this thing running. So start the timer. All right, well I say let's just start off with the easy. This is the first step they recommended, is to check the throttle wire, see if it's busted. Right where it folds. So right where it folds, you can see these wires definitely do get pretty tight and it pulls them pretty good. So let's unwrap this and see what it looks like. You can definitely see a couple of wires, right? Even here, the brake cable is a little bit chewed up as well. Yeah, you can tell there's a solid crease right there. So there's that. I wonder if that's the throttle wire or not. That actually is. This one. Yeah, that's the throttle wire right there, actually. One, yeah. So no apparent damages right now. There's nothing that we can see that's a glaring problem. The throttle wire here, I don't know if, yeah, you guys can see that. There's a solid crease right here. So it definitely was getting bent. But I honestly don't think, it still seems like a solid wire. I don't think that's the problem. So I think while we're at it, we might as well just show you guys the internals of the e-bike anyway. So let's take that cover off, and I'm kind of curious as well, just to see what's underneath. Oh, look at this. What's this? What's this? It was unplugged. That looks like a throttle connection or some such.
Probably the motor phase, and yeah, so it's phase connected.
That is hilarious. Let me see. I'm gonna turn it on real quick and just. Oh, it's actually on. Let me see. Look at that! It was unplugged.
Oh, so they can see it. Phase wires and power cable were disconnected. Fun.
But let me tell you guys something. I guarantee you. Oh frick! I guarantee you. No consumer would have known what to do. I mean, they could have probably figured it out, but like Lord Kurt, yeah.
If they have that little quality control, I guarantee you they could have any other number of things wrong that you wouldn't notice. And
some quality control right there. So it looks like we have a working e-bike now.
Now for a review, huh?
Yeah, now for a review. The horn is clearly just an electric, some kind of little speaker somewhere. It's super quiet. It's obnoxious, so I'm sure someone would hear it, but it's not that loud. And it only goes off, check this out, if you hold it down, it's only when you release it that it goes off. So if like someone pulls out in front of you, you're like, Oh, shoot.
Makes sense though. That's the button you use to turn the light on and off.
Yeah. Well, the cruise also works as well. If you hold down the cruise control button, it also turns on the headlight.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it does. So turn it.
The manual says I'm turning off with the.
Hold the cruise button. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, is it the same brightness? So it is.
Yeah. Huh. With the tire off the ground and the throttle, it felt super weak. It says it's a 12-mile-an-hour e-bike that you can hit. So
throttle there is barely moving.
Yeah, that's full throttle right there. So let's take it out to the street and see what it actually does, dude. Street, see what it does. Oh, frick.
Kickstand.
Got it. Oh, oh yeah, boy. Oh, this thing's a wheelie monster, dude. I'm gonna just take it up and down the street. I'm gonna drag some knee on this corner. This is oddly enough super satisfying to ride.
It's small enough that you could really take it with you, like in your trunk, to go to a class in college.
You could, and it's super light too. I mean, like, it's just a small little.
30 pounds? Is that what it said it was? The manual
30
said.
pounds, something like
the manual
that.
Said the weight.
It's probably about 30 pounds, maybe 35. Not that I lift weights anymore, but as I recall, the 35-pounder feeling like.
Let's ride 20 pounds and you're just weaker now. So the 30.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It would take you a full hour to kill the battery.
Yeah.
To go 10 miles.
Yeah.
It's not pedaling. It feels like a motorcycle. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Not even an e-bike. It's an e-scooter.
So I was just kind of expecting a break.
Yeah. What'd you think? What'd you think?
If my expectations were low, it'd be a fun ride. You
Dude.
know, if you receive it thinking this is like gonna take the place of a bicycle, and get me across town, like it'd be like, no, you're disappointed.
Nah, definitely
not.
not.
On a night ride on the trail, you know,
Yeah.
with a little bike path.
Yeah. If you had to use it as a scooter, could you?
Not really.
Not really?
I wonder, can you get it to a power wheelie if you lean back far enough?
Now that's a question only professionals should answer.
No freaking way.
I'm gonna be going downhill for this.
Oh, it wheelied. Look at that.
I wheelied. This thing has so much torque, guys.
Okay, here's the question. Can you use it from a dead stop on the driveway to climb the hill?
I tried it. I got a little bit.
See if you're at a dead stop right there.
This is the steepest point right here. Let's just. Nah, not at all.
Try it like a little bit. Try starting on a flat spot.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, and then can it maintain?
Oh yeah.
It almost feels like the torque is higher after it starts turning a little bit. Kind of like what we experienced with your Chinese bike's torque.
Yeah.
Think about like just like when you turn the throttle on the electric motorcycle.
Yeah.
The first turn or two or the hub motor, it's
the hardest.
Yeah, it's kind of delayed.
It's the same exact thing. Same exact thing. Out of my way, boys. Yeah. Super fun though. I mean, we'll have to test range. This video, I think we should test range too.
Okay, sounds good. We got to get your phone out and see what the top speed actually is.
Oh,
get the GPS app. We can do that right now.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let me go get my phone real quick. All right, so we're in miles per hour. 0.1 is my highest mile per hour right now.
Just because you're moving your hands.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
How fast can you move your hand?
2.7. All right, so I'm gonna take this around the block. I'm gonna just go top speed run right now.
Perfect.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
15.7 miles per hour top speed is what this thing
That's actually
says.
impressive.
I'm just wondering what the range is now. It doesn't feel like super slow. It's not fast by any means, but it doesn't feel like super slow when you're riding on it.
I'd say it's a good flat ground cruiser.
All right, well, it's time. We're gonna do a side-by-side. We got our electric bike here. This was $850 when I got it, and this is about $400. So let's see who crosses this line first. I know he will, but by how much? It's not like the fastest e-bike you can get, of course. It is the cheapest one you can get, but for the price, it's actually not that bad. Like, the electric bike didn't blow me out of the water so much so that I was like, you know, darn, he's way gone. It was kind of like, he's definitely ahead of me, but like, I'm almost there. All right, I just realized that it was kind of an unfair comparison because this has small little wheels, which means it accelerates a little quicker and everything. So that short little distance, I don't think is a great comparison. for how much better and faster this thing is. So we're gonna take it all the way around the block and see how much time he beats me by, because that's definitely a better comparison, I think. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Come on. I take back my previous statement. He beat me by a heck of a lot. So I think that the short distance race kind of made my mind biased to how quick this little guy is, but he was gone in any kind of a distance.
It was actually
he was
a little
just
scary
gone
on those corners.
Yeah?
Going full blast.
Yeah, not on this guy. I was just kind of like,
apex.
all right guys, it's the next day and this guy's got a full charge. Young Swag and I are actually gonna head to a coffee shop that's about 3.1 miles away. So when we get back here, it should be about 6.2, 6.3 roughly, for, you know, giving it a little bit of space for a little bit of error. And we'll see how the battery's doing then. And if it's not dead, it should be about halfway dead at that point. I'll probably just take it up and down the street until it dies. But let's get to it. It's gonna take a while to get there, so let's do it. Oh, we're climbing this hill, boys. We're probably 2 miles in, and there's a real e-bike there. All right, guys, well, we just got to the coffee shop. Unfortunately, they closed at 6. Google said they closed at 9, but apparently they closed at 6. It's 6:08 right now, so we just barely missed them, but this bike is doing pretty well. I just measured the top speed on this bad boy when the battery, right now, by the way, the battery, we're sitting at 3 of 4 bars. And I did notice a little bit of voltage sag as well, just right off the bat. I would full throttle and it would go down a bar, but now we're sitting at 1 bar down. Top speed I measured after going about 3 miles or so was about 14.2 miles per hour, so still not bad over the 12 miles per hour that they claimed that it did. So definitely impressed me there, but I guess we'll just head over to the next coffee shop and just keep this test going. All right, we just got back from riding about 6.5 miles plus the 1 mile that me and Lord Kurt rode yesterday. So about 7.5 miles all said and done. We're at half battery right now. I just did another top speed calculation with the battery as it is now after riding, 7.5 miles on it. And I got up to 13.2. So you guys can kind of see the gradual decrease. 15.7 was what we got on a completely topped off battery. 14.2 was about a quarter decrease in the battery, and then half battery capacity, we're running about 13.2 miles per hour. So, but man, overall, I'm pretty impressed. Definitely as a little town commuter, you could definitely use it as one for sure. All right, guys, I'm out here for day 2. I thought I better just do this to completion. So we're out here. We're gonna turn this bad boy on, and it says it's reading 3 bars today. I'm gonna go the same route as we went yesterday. Technically, if I went that route plus the mile we rode yesterday, again, it should put us about 14 miles or so, and that should be about dead battery by the time I get back. So let's freaking do this. This bike is currently sitting at about 30% charge, I would say. When it was climbing up a hill on that trail, I took the same one we did last night. It said it was at 1 bar, but that's just because of voltage sag, lots of draw trying to go up a hill. But it says it's at half right now, but I would say it's probably about 30%. We have about 10 miles on the bike, so it's doing pretty good. I got another, I'm gonna make a stop. So it's gonna be about 4 miles to get home. And by that time, I think it should be completely dead. So we'll give it a shot and see how it does. It just cut out for the very first time going up this hill. And it says right now it's just sitting. It's at 2 bars. But it just cut out. It definitely had a voltage cutoff that it's currently hitting, trying to go up this hill. So I guess I'll just walk it up the hill and keep going, see if there's any actual charge left in it. But I really hope there is, because I'm still like 3 miles from home. So we'll see. Yeah, this is gonna be good. All right, update. I made it that far. And it gave me like 1 burst of energy, but it died again even on flat ground. It says it still has 2 bars left, so maybe don't trust that. All right, well, it's giving me, oh no, it gave me 1 burst of energy, but now it's completely dead. And it still says we have 2 bars. What a disappointment. this is gonna be a long 3 miles home. All right, well, there you guys have it. It got me, I don't know, maybe 11 miles, maybe. It said 15-mile range on the listing, and so clearly that's not quite accurate, but, and I mean, I was riding flat level stuff. I mean, this was not like crazy off-roading terrain here. This is, I mean, there were 2 dips, but that was pretty much it. Flat road from there. It was just surface streets. Good exercise though, I'll tell you what. I crunched some numbers and it was 11.3 miles that I rode this thing on one charge. The description said 15 miles, so I mean, like, it's not quite there, like, good try. But I mean, the top speed was higher than the post said it was. So I mean, there's a trade-off, right? Better top speed, lower range. So for $400, I would definitely, I won't complain too much. The only downside I would say to this, buying this exact one, is customer service and quality control. This thing came broken. Like, it came with the drive just like unplugged, like the phase wires unplugged, like the motor didn't work. We had to disassemble the battery case and plug it in and everything straight out of the box. So, and even with that issue, the seller was basically like, yeah, just kind of repair it yourself if you can. And they said if I wanted to send it back, they gave me basically a blank label that I had to pay for postage to ship to China, not even back to the Amazon warehouse. So that was kind of frustrating. So that's definitely the only downside, is customer service and quality control. But besides that, I really like the bike. There's nothing me and Lord Kirk couldn't tackle, and we solved it in like 15 minutes, so no big deal. But the average consumer probably would not know where to start. So we've been having a good time with it. I'm gonna charge it up and add it to the fleet, and we'll just have a good time on it. And that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys don't mind, I'm trying to grow my channel. If you guys could just smash the like button, please. And make sure to hit subscribe, ring that notification bell, and push the all button so you guys get all my notifications and all my videos. And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Whew.